your water in your boat look different to everybody. So what I'm saying is, but when the water come in our boat, we cannot forget that the goal and the instruction was we going to the other side. I had this vision, bruh, and I had this idea that in this season of my life, at 43 years old, Jose, I wanted to truly become closer to God, and I truly wanted to put God in everything. I wanted to surrender. So that's my word for 43. At the age of 43, Jose, my word for 43 is surrender, right? And I had this idea because as we building out the Freedom Center, as we do that, I think that something came to my mind, and I thought about Peter on the boat, right? Jesus tells them, get on the boat, we going to the other side. Right? He said, get on the boat, we going to the other side. And what I learned about God is that God doesn't always give us the intimate details, but he'll give us what we need to know. He said, get in the boat, we going on the other side. And so Peter and the rest of the disciples gets in a boat, and then they had seen so much happen. They had seen so many miracles on display. And what happens is, they forgot the overall instruction about going to the other side, because sometimes the distractions or the adversity that becomes present, that is front facing, makes us forget the overall goal that we're trying to accomplish. It makes us forget the overall vision that we on. So when I think about it, it's like I'm in the boat, we in the boat. The instructions were go to the other side. We going to the other side. But he did not say storms will not happen. He did not say that the sea won't be choppy. He didn't say that the winds won't blow. He didn't even say that water won't come in the boat. And I can only imagine being in a boat, right? And it's probably not that big of a boat. It's not a Titanic of a boat. It's not a ship. It's a boat. There's a difference between a boat and a ship. Right? He said, get in a boat. So we're in a boat, and I can only imagine what happens while you're in a boat and water start coming in the boat. I can only imagine if you're in the boat and then water start coming in the boat and then the wind is blowing real hard and you forget that the command was to get to we going to the other side. And what happens on our journey a lot of times is we forget the overall mission because of what's going on in the moment. We forget the thing that, watch this, we forget the feeling that we felt when we got the instructions day one. Right? We forget that. Hey, go get the building. Bet. And you're excited about the building. You into the building. Yep, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. Oh, let me make it make sense. Everybody don't got a building. Like you go buy the new house, or you got this dream, or you got this vision that you're telling everybody about, right? And then what happens is, while you're in the process of being in the boat and you're not on the other side, but you can see the other side, but it's a far distance off, but water comes in the boat. And so the first splash of water probably doesn't really scare you. Like, I'm on the water, that happens. But then when more water get in, and then you might have some water that get to your ankle. Now you kind of start thinking, hey, we got a problem here, right? You think that's a thing because everybody got a different type of risk tolerance. And because everybody got a risk tolerance, I might not trip when the water splash, but when the water jump in the boat and then the boat start rocking and then I can hear the wind, that may be the level of my risk tolerance. So you got the vision to be free, right? You got the vision to be free. You say, I'm gonna be free. I'm gonna create generational wealth, and I'm gonna put my money in the market. But then the market pulls back, and then when the market pulls back, I lose my job. When I lose my job, somebody gets sick. And when somebody gets sick, and then the car breaks down, and then I lose the car, and now the bill's behind. And you forgot that you really wanted to build generational wealth because now you got water in the boat. See, the water in everybody's boat looks different. The water looks different in everybody's boat. right? So the wind blowing while the water in your boat, it look different. So to me, water in my boat might be, dang, the ceiling falling, but while the roof is coming down, I'm also fighting this over here, and I'm also trying to grow the team, and I'm also having problems here. That may be mine, but yours may be, hey, I just can't pay a bill this month. That's water in your boat. Yours may be, hey, I'm behind on my credit card bill. Yours may be, my kids just got to put out of school. Yours may be, I just got a divorce. Yours may be, I need to go to therapy. Like, your water in your boat look different to everybody. So what I'm saying is, but when the water come in our boat, we cannot forget that the goal and the instruction was we going to the other side. We going to the other side. And we forget that. And the real keys to freedom is, no matter what the adversity is, follow the instruction. No matter what the adversity is, follow the instructions. And so I sit back and I was like, all right, God, like my goal this year, my keys to freedom this year is surrender. And so I thought about something, and I had to tell God this the other day, Jose. I was praying. I said, God, I got to come to you because I'm guilty of this. I heard a statement that really hit me in my heart, bro, and it said, and I added to it because it said, the statement was, if you think money is the solution to all your problems, God gonna make money prove it. And I said, that means God is gonna give you an abundant amount of problems because money can never do in your life what God does. So I thought about it and I said, God, you know what? God, I gotta ask for forgiveness, God. And the reason why I gotta ask for forgiveness, God, is because I make too many business decisions based off money when you gave me the mission, not the money. I say, God, I gotta ask for forgiveness, God, because the money didn't give me the mission. The money ain't even mine. I say, God, you gave me the mission. You supplied the money. My flaw is I want to keep you in my life, but I'm making all my business decisions based on the money when I should be making the business decisions based on your instruction. You told me, God, get in the boat, we going to the other side. You ain't never tell me to worry about the water. You ain't never tell me to worry about the wind. You ain't never tell me to worry about the cracking noises that I hear. You told me, get in a boat, we going to the other side. My problem is, I'm so human, I let my humanness make me forget about your godliness. That's it. I made my human emotion, I made my human foresight, I made my human instinct override your godly instinct, so you gonna keep making me make the money prove itself. When I'm gonna run out of money, then I'm gonna give you the glory. So you like, hey, you got a choice to make, Trap. Either you gonna let me do it now, or I'm gonna make you run out of money, and then you gonna have to come to me one way or the other. You gonna learn through experience, or you gonna learn from command. Either way the cut go, I got you. You just decide how you get the lesson. You just decide how you get the lesson. I got you. My resume says I got you. If you look at your life from 13, from seeing your mama get shot, from going to prison, from being homeless, from doing all the other stuff that you did, I showed you, even when you mess up, I got you. But here's the thing. I'm not gonna not let you experience the thing you gotta experience so you can get what I'm really trying to give you. Okay, let me make that make sense. Let me really reel that in, right? So the Israelites said, we want a king. God said, hey, you don't really need no king. The Israelites said, no. Jose and them got a king. I want a king. And then God says, you don't really need no king. You got me. You don't need no king, right? But they looking at what people got, and they looking at, hey, humanness make them forget godliness. So I got you. I've been had you. I had your forefathers. I had your ancestors. Y'all ain't never went without. You forgot. You slept in the desert. You ain't get hot or cold. You walked through an ocean, a sea that I didn't have. You actually went from slave to generational wealth just by stepping out of Egypt. But you want a king. I bet I'm going to give you a king. When they got a king, it was so terrible. They said, hey, we don't really want no king no more. So you're going to learn a lesson one way or the other. Either you're going to learn a lesson by taking my word, or I'm going to give you the experience. The bad part about that is the experience is a setback, but it's necessary, because then, only then do you take the experience, do you get closer to God. So the keys to freedom is follow the instruction. The key to freedom is really just following the instruction. Our biggest issue is we get too human. We get too human. And so the humanness that wants to make logic out of everything, we ain't even realizing that. At what point did God say he was a logical God? So we get too human. We make it make sense. God don't even much make sense. And so what I want to talk about, like for myself, Jose, like I'll be honest, like my goal has been just, like surrender, right? That's the key. So it's follow the command, and then following the command means I get to surrender. Right, so when you go here, I'm also gonna surrender it. All right, God, like go ahead on, I ain't tripping. It is what it is. So the goal for me for 43, I tell you no real lie, is surrender and follow the command. And I said something to myself, Jose, I said, bro, like I know this is a financial show. We gonna get to it, I promise. But I said to myself, so I said, Jose, I said, God, in this season, I want to depend on you so much to where when I'm trying to depend on myself, I feel like a handicap. I say, God, I want to depend on you so much in this season to where anytime I feel like I'm not depending on you, I feel handicapped. I feel like something missing. I feel like I can't move. I feel like I'm missing the limb, and I can't see the right way. I can't think. I feel handicapped when I'm not dependent. I won't be so dependent on you. I won't feed on your words so much. I won't get so intimate with you that when I'm not around you, I feel lonely. I won't be so intimate with you, God, to where when I'm not talking to you, I feel heartbroken. I feel depressed when I ain't talking to you, or when I don't feel your presence around me. The keys to freedom in this season is surrender, follow the command, and dependency. Dependency. I get it. It's a financial show. I get it, right? I know it. But because I want him in every version of my life, from when I wake up in the morning, from when I'm looking at a chart, from when I'm driving to work, from when I gotta make business decisions, because when I gotta make personal decisions. Like, God, I won't be so dependent on you that I'm brain dead without you. I won't be that dependent. I won't have that much faith. And the reason why is because when I look at your resume in my life, it's perfect. When I look at your resume in my life, you fill all the slots. Like what they say, like I think there's a thing with somebody getting hired, they say, hey, you overqualified for the job. God, like you overqualified to be my grace, and like you overqualified. When I look at the resume that you got in my life. Like, I don't want you, and that one of our biggest problems is we want to be wealthy, and watch this, Jose, we want to be wealthy, but we trying to pick and choose what part of our life we want him in. I want you to get me out of this situation, but I don't want you to tell me to do my money. I want you to do these things for me, God, but first fruit, God, I'm attracting all the things that you got in store for me. Cool, but here's the command on what I need you to do with the things that I got in store for you. Wait a minute, God, I just want the things, but I don't really want the command. I want the things, but I don't want the command. I don't want carry the cross like that. I don't want kill you mean you're going to give me all the things and I can't, what? Delight yourself. I say, okay, bet, this is what we doing. So in this season, God, I want you to do that. But I'm gonna do that. So what I'm telling us is, we are fighting a fight. We were born to fight a fight in this world, y'all. That yes, we were designed to be free. But watch this. The prodigal son gained his freedom and lost his spirit. Watch me. Freedom with no boundaries will execute you. It will execute you morally. It will execute you spiritually. It will empty you emotionally until you got to get in a pig pen in the same mud. Now watch this about the mud, Jose. The same mud that created Adam was the same mud that baptized the prodigal son. It's mud. It's dirt. It's dirt. So there's something about being in the dirt that make you get life. That's why some of us, we don't shake back till we hit rock bottom. Some of us don't get right until we in the mud. I got it out the mud. I seen a light when I was in the mud. It took for me to get in the mud to get my stuff together. It took for me to lose it. Sometimes being in the mud means losing it all. He had to lose it all and be willing to eat with the pig. He had to be in the mud, y'all. Now we go a little further and we think about the mud. Watch this. Watch this. Moses split the Red Sea. Now I ain't the smartest person in the world, Jose. Right? But if I got some water and I pour it on the dirt, that water make what? Mud. So when I'm walking on the ocean, when I'm walking on a sea with my lady and we walking, the water keep coming and that'll turn to mud, right? So here's what I do know. When you split the Red Sea, that's not concrete down there. That ain't concrete down there. That's mud. Watch this, Jose. The Israelites walked the bottom of the Red Sea. They walked through the mud with everything that they had. And they became the last generation to get it out the mud, fam. They became the last generations to get it out the mud, fam. Looking at the adversity. You know the type of belief you gotta have to walk through that? So the keys to freedom is following the command. Dependency. That's it. That's it. Think about it. Red Sea splits. That got to be muddy down there. That ain't concrete. That ain't concrete down there. That ain't steel. That ain't wood. That's mud. And they walk through the mud. And they're the last generation to get it out the mud. So my question to you is, are you bold enough to handle those keys to freedom?